Hey YouTube, this is officially the first video on this channel. I am going to do a comparison between the Braille Sense created by HIMS International and the BrailleNote created by Humanware. So, before I start, let me just get my Braille Sense. So I don't have a BrailleNote to actually do a physical comparison, so I am just going to kind of talk about what I know because I am a BrailleNote user before I switched to Braille Sense. Okay, so here's Braille Sense for all you guys that haven't seen it. It's kind of cool. And I apologize if the angle looks kind of weird. I'm filming this myself, so I'm completely visually impaired, and I'm doing this myself. So just bear with me. If you couldn't see it, if I didn't show it to you correctly, and you want to get a better picture, just go to www.hims-inc.com. I believe it's .com. And mine is the Braille Sense U2, which is the latest model. And the BrailleNote model that I was kind of going to look at, like I said, I don't have a physical model, but the one I was going to look at is the BrailleNote Apex. So anyway, let's start. In terms of memory storage, the Braille Sense has about 32 gigabytes of internal memory, whereas the BrailleNote has 8. BrailleNote Apex has 8. Battery storage, or battery capacity, the Braille Sense U2, when you first get it, the Braille Sense U2 has about a 20 hour battery capacity without the Wi-Fi capability. If you turn on the Wi-Fi capability, it cuts the timing in half. And you can also turn on the Bluetooth as well. And I'm not quite sure by itself how long it'll last you, but it lasts you a whole lot longer if you have the Wi-Fi off. Which you can turn on and off as needed. You don't have to leave it on the entire time if you're not using it. Alright, so give me just 1 second. Okay. So let's see. We've already discussed the fact that the memory storage and the battery life. Okay. They both, as you can see, the BrailleNote and BrailleNote Apex and the Braille Sense U2 have an integrated Braille display. For both of them, I apologize, that was Jaws. For both of them, you can get the 16 cell or the 32. I've always been a big fan of the 32 because it's still light and it's still small in comparison. But it, you don't have to switch lines as often. So, but I mean, it's your choice. And like the BrailleNote, HIMS also makes voice sense products. So you have BrailleNote and Braille Sense, which BrailleNote has BrailleNote and VoiceNote. For the people, let me go back for just a second. For the people who are watching this video and who are completely visually impaired, a Braille Sense, if you've ever seen a BrailleNote before, then the keyboard kind of looks like a BrailleNote, and it kind of looks like BrailleNote, but it has these little, on the sides, instead of having thumb keys, it has these little, it has 2 buttons on each side of the top panel, I should say, sorry. And those are what you can use to navigate if you don't want to use the keyboard. And then it has the media buttons on the front panel, where on the BrailleNote it has thumb keys. I think for me as a senior in high school, one of the things that is very, very helpful about the Braille Sense U2 is that it reads PDF files, and not only is that good for school, but it's good for business professionals as well. So one of the good things about it is that it does read PDF files. It reads several other formats too, but I can't remember. I know it does RTF, TXT, BRL, BRF, PDF, several other documents. Whereas BrailleNote has yet to have the Braille Sense read PDF, to my knowledge. Now, if I'm incorrect, please feel free to correct me. In terms of the BrailleNote and the Braille Sense, the thing about the BrailleNote that I do like is that the Braille Humanware, for the new BrailleNote, they actually have a magnetic clip on the case so that when you open it, it doesn't make the sound that that Velcro makes. But this is Velcro, so you still have that Velcro issue. Braille Sense, for visually impaired users, Braille Sense does not have the little scroll wheel that's in the middle of the display, but it does. Braille Sense has a visual display, which is useful for people who are instructing students and who need to see what they're doing, which is a great tool to be able to teach, to work with students. Let me see, what else can I talk about? The commands in terms of BrailleNote and Braille Sense. If you're somebody like me who you switched from BrailleNote and you're going to Braille Sense, the commands are a little different. Like, there are some things that are different. Like, for example, when you're in the Daisy Reader, you actually have to hit space to select the book before you hit enter to open it. But me, I'm kind of a tech person, so I actually adjusted to the change quite well. So you just might as well. So, by any chance, I mean, I think you should give it a try, however, because it's a very, very good product and it's worth investing. Let me see. You can play a variety of media on the Braille Sense, and it's like the BrailleNote as well. And you can create playlists, and I think for me, creating playlists, on the Braille Sense is a lot easier than doing it on the BrailleNote, because I learned how to do it on the Braille Sense so much easier than I did on the BrailleNote. And also the recording of the FM radio, because you can actually record the FM radio. You can record stuff from the FM radio while it's playing, and it's really, really easy. You just have to press a couple keystrokes and a couple commands. And the Braille Sense actually has an app in the extras menu, which goes to Bookshare. So if you have a Bookshare account, all you would have to do is just turn on the Wi-Fi, and put in your Bookshare information, and you can download books directly to the unit on the little app that it has. And apparently, according to the guy that I spoke to about mine, he told me that they hopefully want to try to make a Facebook app for this. So that would be kind of cool. The transition between BrailleNote and Braille Sense. I've been using a BrailleNote for 7 years. And I switched school districts at the beginning of this year. And so I had to first I was using an Icon Braille Plus, which I will talk about in another video. But I was using an Icon, and before I got an actual note taker, and they showed me this one. They showed me the Braille Sense, the BrailleNote Apex, which is the one that I wanted to begin with, and they showed me the Icon. So I ended up going with this one because the fact that you can read PDF files. You can use this note taker as a flash drive, like a mass storage device. because it has a mass storage capability. You just have to hook the cable up to your computer like you would a flash drive, and it works just like that. The transition was fairly easy. Like, it wasn't a very, very hard transition. It wasn't a transition that I would not discourage, because I like the product, and, you know, it only took me like a couple weeks to become comfortable with it. But I really, really do recommend the product. And if you guys want me to show you some more features of the Braille Sense, I will be glad to do so. Just leave suggestions in the comment box on tutorials or anything that you want me to do, and I'll be glad to give tutorials. I'll be glad to give, show different features, and I can even make a video that's more in depth. So if you guys have any suggestions, just let me know. Thanks.